Hey guys, what is up? It is Dangeles, and welcome back to episode 297 of Constructing Los Angeles. How is everybody doing? We are back on the city today, ready to continue to make some progress towards completion. We're getting real close, guys. 97, 98, 99, 300. 4 more episodes to go before the download. So let's jump into it. So today I want to work on the subway food court. I mentioned this last episode, so I'm holding up my promise, I guess. Not really a promise, but I'm going to be working on that today. This is a interior that is done except for the food court. So you might be thinking, look at it first, Dan, this food court looks about finished, right? Nah, these kitchens aren't quite done yet. So I would like to work on this today, push out these kitchens a little bit and make them, actually kitchens. So that's like the plan for now. A couple of quick updates for this building, right? I needed to find a way to connect the pathway to the second track. So what I did was I made a little staircase that runs actually down underneath of the first track, and then there's basically just another staircase that you walk right back up, and boom, you're on the second platform 9 3/4 or something like that, and you have your second train in place. The first train is all the way down through the tunnel. What the heck happened right here? I have no idea. I'll fix that in a second. But first train, all the way down through the tunnel, all the way through to the stadium. You guys get the idea. This has been done for a while, so we don't even really need to update this. What we do need to update is what the heck happened right here. I have no idea. Oh, you know what it was? I built these sewers in here, and I didn't even realize that it was actually interfering with the tunnel below. Wow, how did I not notice that? But anyway, let me go ahead and fix this up real quick. No big deal. A non-issue. I was worried that I might have made like a big error or something like that, or maybe I just forgot about it, but we should be good to go. So one other thing that I wanted to notice, or I want to mention about this build, is this freaking, look at this, guys. There's a freaking lighting defect right here. It's like light as like can be. So let me just show you guys real quick what I mean. You might be wondering, well, Dan, there's just like light on the other side of this wall or something. You need to just like patch it up. Well, I tried breaking all those lights, and this light was still here, right? It just looks like it's outside, but it's not. So let me show you. If you go ahead and just kind of create yourself a little capsule or something like that to lock yourself in. As you can see, guys, I'm completely blocked off by any kind of light, and it's still like very bright in here. So that's weird, right? That doesn't make any sense. And just to give you guys some perspective on this, let me go over to the other side. I'll go over here in this corner. I'll do the exact same thing. I'll make myself a little capsule. I'll block it off, and boom, it's dark in here. So doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Not really sure what's going on down here. I really have no idea, but there's really no way for me to fix it, so I'm just going to have to leave these lighting defects. This is like one of the only lighting defects on the city. Luckily for me, there were a ton of lighting errors in the Eclipse Towers, in the theater. In fact, guys, the theater lighting defect is gone, so that must have been like the new update or something like that. It fixed it, but those lighting defects are gone now, which is pretty awesome. So I'm pretty happy about that. This is really the only one left. This one I just noticed recently, though, so nothing I can do about it. Just thought I'd mention it just in case you were wondering when you saw the download. Like, Dan, what the heck is going on here? Why is this all messed up? But anyway, let's go ahead and get started here with some of these kitchens. So this might take a little bit of demolition because, we got to get through all these sandy walls back here, right? Because there's a lot of the desert biome is still hidden behind some of these walls, right? We're digging into the ground at this point. We're probably about, 10, 15 blocks underground. You can't go into the underground of Los Angeles without finding at least one road that has been covered up over time. I mean, look at this, guys. This road here, it's out of commission for sure. It's not even a thing anymore, so it's crazy. But anyway, I want to see what these so it looks like I have some, I don't know what this is right here. Huh. These are supposed to be lit, but they're not. I wonder why. Anyway, let me fix this, because this is another thing I gotta do. And these little things that I'm working on right now that I've just noticed, these are the kind of things that I will be kind of just going through and trying to solve when I'm just wrapping up the city and once everything's done. Going through, making sure that like little things like that aren't messing up. Like in here, like what is this even supposed to be right here? Like we got some weird lighting defect. think that's the underneath of the platform, so that's fine. But we got all this random space under here that like I just didn't even know it was here. Really, it's crazy. But anyway, let me go ahead and just start off by creating myself some space. This is gonna be a McDonald's, so let me walk you guys through, because I'm gonna go ahead and estimate that it's been probably about 50 episodes or so, maybe even more than that, since I worked on the food court of the subway station. So let me walk you guys through the plan for this particular layout for this food court. So we got an Italian restaurant over here. We got, I believe this is going to be the Bedazzled Bakery or something like that, Bedazzled Hot Dogs. We had something like that in the stadium. I can go back over there and double check. Right here we have ourselves the McDonald's, like I mentioned. I don't know what this one's going to be. No idea. Long John Silver's or something like that. That's kind of what the colors look like. And then this right here is going to be the Flower Pot Coffee Shop. So that is the layout for this. So let's go ahead and continue to kind of break some of these blocks back here. Open up these spots for the kitchen. I got the mono controller on, so I'm breaking like double blocks here. But we got the McDonald's back here. And what I want to do is actually, well, there's a couple of things. I want to break all of this and place the walls back. But then I'm going to go back and get some inspiration from some other designs, because I have a couple of ideas in mind from old builds that I think I could go back to, and it would help me out for sure. So I'll be doing that in just a second. But in the meantime, guys, I want to address a couple of things. One, regarding the question of the day. I think you guys have noticed I haven't answered a question of the day in several episodes now. And the main reason why I'm doing that is because I'm trying to gather questions for CLD 300. So in case you guys haven't been listening, or I don't know if you haven't heard what I've been planning on doing for CLD 300, the plan right now is to do a live stream similar to what I did for CLD episode 100. And the plan for that is I'm going to try to answer questions during the stream, be very interactive with the chat, you know, like basically like a normal stream for me. It's going to run a lot smoother than the episode 100 stream, because in case you guys remember back to that, which was like 2 years ago, that was actually, not only was that a live streamed episode in the middle of the day, so we had a lot of people in the, in the stream watching, but that was actually also my first stream ever, so I was very inexperienced. I didn't really know how streaming worked, didn't really run a smooth stream. I mean, it went okay, but I think it could have been a lot better. So I'm a pretty experienced streamer now. I've been streaming for like a long time, like very, very often. So it'll go a lot more smoothly this time. I'll be feeling a lot more comfortable with how the whole thing is laid out. So I'm gonna be trying to answer some questions, like just do a bunch of questions a day. It's really people can just ask me them on deck. So if you have any good questions that you want to get answered or something like that, just hold up on those in the comment section and come to the CLD 300 live stream, and you can get those questions answered there. But I'll be announcing when exactly I'm going to be doing that stream probably in the next couple of days. I think right now my plan is to do it Friday afternoon, probably around 1 o'clock Eastern time. So that's actually, I might do it like 2 o'clock Eastern time, so that's like 11 a.m. on the Pacific. That's like 7 p.m. in the UK. So that'll be like pretty good time for most people to join. So that's probably when I'm going to do it. And I'll stream for a couple hours and wrap up Los Angeles. That's really the plan for that stream. And that's going to be the day before I release like the cinematic video for CLD and some other things. So it should go hopefully well. Where everything's going according to plan. I'm not really nervous about really anything right now. So I'm just kind of following my schedule, and it all should work out in the end. But I'm going to reposition some of these lights because I don't necessarily like the placement of them. So let me just do that real quick. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and, I think I made a mistake over here. Yeah, so it's going to take a little bit of time to like push open all of these walls here for the backs of these kitchens. So it's going to take a minute, but that's okay. Back here, I'm going to kind of do the same thing. I think I'm going to push this back probably like, I don't know, 6 or 7 blocks. Should be a little bit easier over here because I don't have to break any extra blocks. I can just kind of go right into the stone. But yeah, guys, I'm going to be honest. I almost forgot about this, the food court in the subway. I almost forgot about it. It was really something I just kind of stumbled upon. I was like, wait a minute, I never finished this. So it's not like a super important thing. If I would have forgotten about it, would have been the end of the world? Probably not, since it was like pretty much built, you know what I mean? So it wouldn't have been the end of the world, but still, I'm glad I didn't forget about it because that would have been annoying. I'm going to just fill this wall in with stone, and I might just kind of turn this around the corner right here to give myself some extra space. In fact, just so I don't bonk into the lighting above, because I don't want to break that, because that would be counterproductive from what I did earlier. I'm just going to take this wall and push one block over, and we should be pretty much good to go. So that should be good. We're going to have this connect like right here, run this across. Long John Silver's. It should be long Dan Silver's. I don't know. That's so dumb, but I don't have any. There's no seafood restaurants in Los Angeles, so that's one thing that we didn't do. We'll add that eventually on the Xbox One version or something like that. But yeah, there's no seafood. No seafood in LD. Didn't think of anything. Didn't think of any fun puns for that. Nothing punny came to mind when it came to seafood. Seafood restaurants. I could do something with that. I don't know. Build a Krabby-O Mondays like from SpongeBob. That'd be pretty funny. But anyway, let me get this filled in. I think what I might do is do a little skipperoo for you guys here, because this is going to take a minute for me to push back all of these rooms here and create, space for the kitchens behind the counters. So we've got it for this Blue and Birch restaurant. We got it for the McDonald's kiosk or whatever you want to call it. So let me go ahead and do it for the other three as well, and then I'll be back and talk to you guys in just a sec. Alright guys, so I went ahead and finished up all of the spacing for the kitchen, so we've got a decent amount of space here. I had to actually push this back a little bit because this actually leaked into where I had the staircase that connected to the tunnel that I showed at the beginning of the video, so I had to make this one a little bit smaller, but that's okay. The other ones are pretty big, so this goes back pretty far. I think this one right here might be the largest one. This one goes back a pretty decent amount. So we got plenty of space for these kitchens. And now let's kind of clear the inventory. Let's grab all the blocks that we're going to need to build these things. So I'm going to use some stone bricks, or stone slabs and stone. I'm going to also try to grab some trap doors. If I can go ahead and get some of those, that'd be great. I'm going to use iron trap doors. I think I'm also going to use some anvils, some furnaces, brewing stands. Let's go ahead and get some hoppers. Let's do tripwire hooks. And one more thing, how about some cauldrons? That should be good. So, oh, you know what? Actually, before I get the cauldrons, one thing I need to add actually is some light. So we're going to have to put some light in here just so everything is, you can see stuff. We're just going to kind of make it nice and symmetrical within the space. So I'm going to do a couple of there, a couple of those right here. Looking good. And let's just kind of continue this throughout. So we're going to do one here. And I guess I'll do here and here. And then back here, I don't think I'm going to do any. I'll just kind of leave that. Just the, it's lit enough, I guess. So we'll be good. Place that there. And let's do one right here. Excellent. Alright, sweet. And then let's do some lighting in here as well. Let's do one there and one here. And then right here. And right here. I think I'm actually going to make this room one block smaller, just because there's like some stone up here, which I believe leaks out into the street. So yeah, I don't want that being, well, I don't want it just being visible, so I'm going to kind of scrap that real quick. But let me just put this stone back in here. Let me get some cobblestone out real quick to patch that up. And we should be good to go, ready to furnish some of these kitchens. So I'm going to try to do kitchens similar to the ones that I had in the hospital. So we'll kind of see how this turns out. I think I'm going to do the small one first. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to place a couple of stone blocks right there. I'm going to do some stone slabs, get those back out. Place a couple of those right there. I'm going to do some hoppers with some tripwire hooks. We're going to need some furnaces. In fact, I'm going to move these. I'm going to place the furnaces here. And I'm going to do an extra table connecting that. Then I'll do the hoppers here. I'll have those there. We'll put a brewing stand here, brewing stand here. Let me get the cauldrons back out. I'm going to put a cauldron right there. I guess is a decent enough spot for it. And then in the floor, what I want to do is put some iron doors, some iron trap doors. I don't know what exactly this represents, but I think it'll just look nice in the floor. So we'll do that. Plus a couple of those there. And that's more or less what I want for the kitchen for that one. That one's a little small, so we'll be able to space out some things a little bit easier on these other ones. But for the flower pot coffee shop, what we're definitely going to need in here is... I'm actually going to put cauldrons on both of those sides as trash bins. Going to place 3 blocks of table here. We're going to put some brewing stands on each one of these since this is the flower pot coffee shop. Needs to be brewed. Things need to be brewed. You know, it's a brewer. It's a brewing some coffee. So we're going to put some of those there. Not really sure why I have anvils. I don't really think I'm going to use those. I'm going to do these 4 blocks right here are going to be the iron trapdoors in the floor, whatever that may be. I have no idea, but I'm going to do it on each one of these because I like it. Something like that. Have ourselves flower pot coffee shop. And then on each one of these, what I'm going to do, actually, since I'm not using the anvils, let me do this now. I'm going to do, well, actually, I'm going to need some different colors for each one of these. So I guess I'll just mix and match. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have like a fence gate there, which actually connects to the back on each one of these. So I'm going to do one there, and we'll go ahead and switch out the color. Let's do one for birch, for the birch countertop over here. Place that back with some stone. And then over here for the flower pot coffee shop, we're going to do out of spruce. So let's grab one of those. And I believe that should be good. And then we'll do over here, I think I'll just make this one. What color? How about some acacia wood? Acacia wood should work nicely. There we go. Just so there's an access from the front on each one of these. Definitely want to add something like that. But, I mean, it's pretty much just rinse and repeat from here in terms of, like, what I want with this. I'll do this one next. So another idea that I had was to maybe get some acacia wood fences. Let me do this first. Gonna place this in the floor. We'll do it right here. This will be the spot for it. Place my trapdoors in the floor. But another idea I had was just to make like a little backstop for this thing, because or you know, for lack of a better term, but I wanted to do something like that. So let me go ahead and grab some light gray wool. We're gonna swap that out for some cauldrons real quick, and we're gonna do a couple blocks there. Put some acacia slabs. Put some furnaces on that, and then maybe a table, so that will be good. Gonna place some hoppers right here. We're gonna do a table over here. Put a brewing stand on that. Gonna need a cauldron. I'm gonna add some refrigerators to each one of these as well in due time. Place a cauldron right here, trash bin, and then let me go ahead and add the refrigerators to these. So should be pretty simple. I'm pretty much just going to get some furnaces and some droppers. You guys know the drill with this. I've been doing this for a good amount of time now. Got to place the furnaces backwards. That's the key. So let me do that. There we go. So we got the refrigerator on that one. We're going to have to add a refrigerator over here. So I think I'll probably end up just scrapping this. And then I'll just place the refrigerator right here, since we don't really have a whole lot of space on this one. So we got to use our space wisely. Okay. There we go. And this one over here as well. I think I'll just make this a little bit smaller. This table on this side. Then I can put the refrigerator right here. That seems like a pretty good spot for it. So we'll go ahead and place that like that. There we go. So those are 3 of them done. We got 1, 2, 3. Probably gonna add a little bit more color on these because it's a lot of gray. So I'll probably like switch out some of these walls or something like that. But looking pretty good right now, just to kind of like match the colors. So that should be like my next goal. But we got 3 of the 5 looking pretty good. You know, it's kind of the same exact process for each one of these. So I'll continue those, you know, on my own time. But that is, you know, what I want to work on for this episode, guys. Getting closer to having this food court done. I'll wrap this up later on today, probably get this thing out of the way. But we're getting that much closer, guys. This is going to be the end of episode 297, which means we got 298, 299, and 300. So after this, just 3 episodes left. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Constructing Los Dangeles. Remember, save your questions of the day for 300. And yeah, guys, that's about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Give this video a like if you did. It looks like I was like standing in the water there for a second, like with the way my feet were angled. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this episode of CLD. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.